Man, I really like the way my tattoo looks in that shot. It makes me want another one though. Goodness gracious, y'all. If you have tattoos, it really is addicting. Because I have like 5 or 6 and it's like, I need more. And they're expensive. They're really expensive, but it looks good in that shot, if I do say so myself. Hey y'all, it's Ashley Bookistrom and I am back with another video. So I am on the verge of starting something new where each month I want to talk about some titles I'm excited for releasing in the following month. So with this being December 2018, I want to talk about 5 titles in particular that I'm interested in that are going to be releasing in January of 2019. And hopefully, because we know how I get, hopefully what will end up happening is that you will see one of these videos every month with details of releases that I hope to get to in the following month. Now, knowing me, I probably won't get to the releases as soon as they come out, but these are definitely some titles that I've been keeping my eye on that I'm interested in. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the 5. I've got my notebook here. We're going to go ahead and get started with the 5 that I know are coming out January of next year that I really want to get my hands on. So the first one on my list is Girl King by Mimi Yu, and this is about 2 sisters who live in a part of some dynasty. I'm not even sure of the exact details, and they are supposed to be given the right to inherit the throne. One of the sisters is, and the other sister already knows that she's supposed to live in her sister's shadow, but then their father like throws a 180 and is like, nah, psych, not giving y'all the throne, I'm gonna give it to your cousin. So the sister that was supposed to inherit the throne ends up running away and leaving because she feels like she's going to need an ally if she ever wants to get her throne back. And then her sister is stuck at the palace where she can kind of build this relationship with her cousin, but then it seems to be some fantastical elements that occur because she has some magic awaken in her. It just sounds like a really unique story, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of deceit and no one should be trusted in this book. The way that the premise was written and the summary, all of that, it's like, this is one of those books where it's like, if you go into it, don't trust anybody, because the moment you think you can trust somebody, they're going to do something and betray you and every character in the book. But I'm definitely excited for that one. The next one that I'm excited for is actually an anthology, and it is called Black Enough, and it is edited by E.B. Savoy, and it has a lot of great authors in it, like Brandy Colbert, Jason Reynolds. Those are just a few of the names. As you can see on the picture, there's a list of names of the individuals who have contributed to this work, and it's about the Black experience for young people growing up in America. And there are so many things that's discussed in here. The dichotomy between rich and poor and living in an urban area versus a suburban area. I'm sure there's going to be some touching, hopefully, like on colorism, because that's a huge thing. Also, there's going to be some discussion on immigration. I think I'm just excited to see what these authors come up with, because the authors that they have listed are authors that I've read before, and they've all produced such beautiful work. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's E.B. Savoy. So, I mean, granted, I haven't read Pride yet, but American Street was just enough to make me a fangirl for her anyway. Doesn't make a difference. The next one that I have on my list is the Field Guide to the North American Teenager by Ben Philippe. I think that's how you say his last name. And this is about a Black French-Canadian teenager who moves to America, who feels like he has an understanding of what American teenagers are like from TV and sitcoms, which is usually how it happens, is that that's the impression that a lot of people have had of Americans before, is through TV. I've seen that as a theme in quite a few books. So I'm interested to see how this will translate in the situation. But he goes to the school, he makes a lot of friends, but then something happens at prom and he is teetering on losing everything that he's acquired since he's moved to America. And it's a point at which he has to kind of reflect upon himself. So I've never heard of a book with this premise before, and I'm really interested in seeing how this one turns out. The next one that I have on my list is the music of What Happens by B. Konigsberg. Gosh, I'm butchering these names, but this is an LGBT book about two males who, from the summary, seem like they're both already out to their families and friends, but one of them is struggling with his family life and keeping his family together. The other guy is also going through several different issues, and what I love about this book is that it's taking place in the 1980s. So I have not read a lot of books that take place during the 80s, and I love the 1980s, just like pop culture wise. I'm a huge fan of the 80s. I mean, outside of Ready Player One, like everybody knows that one. But outside of that, I have not read a lot that do take place in the 80s. So I'm excited for this. It's LGBT representation. I wonder what social issues they're going to talk about as far as our two main characters being gay in the 1980s. There's a lot of cultural and historical things that the author could possibly play with. So that's why I'm really, really interested to seeing how they encompass all of that within the text. And the last one that I have on my list is Someday We Will Fly by Rachel D. Waskin. And this is interesting because I saw that it was a World War II book, but it's about these characters who are living in Warsaw, Poland, and they leave to escape the Nazis in 1940. The main character's mother has gone missing, so she's dealing with that. But then her dad picks them up and moves them to Shanghai, China. Like, that's a very interesting immigration pattern for me. So they went from Poland to Shanghai, and she's having trouble adjusting and fitting in, and she becomes obsessed with like the circus, as you can see on the cover. Like, it has this circus theme to it, and she works at a gentleman's club to help support her family without her father knowing. There seems like there's going to be so many different issues in this book, and I am super, super excited to get it because this is going to be a World War II story told from a completely different perspective, and I'm excited for that. I'm super, super excited for that. I'm always looking for World War II stories that give a different angle than from what we're used to. So even though this one deals with a lot of the Holocaust elements that we see in a lot of historical fiction that take place during World War II, this one takes place in China. I mean, that's super, super interesting. Like, really interesting. All right, y'all, so those are my top 5 releases for January of 2019. I have about 10 to 15 books that I'm actually looking forward to for January of 2019, but those are my top 5 that I'm looking at right now that I would hope to get to sometime next year, and this list is just going to pile up because I literally have written down releases that I'm interested in all throughout of 2019, and as I do these videos, I only will be choosing 5 of them, but I mean, like, 5 times 12 is 60 books. 60 books. 60. So, that's like half of what I usually, more than half of what I usually read in a year. And I don't know if I want to spend half of what I read during the year on new releases, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys checked into that. If you're interested in any of these books, just let me know in the comments below, or if you've heard any of them, or if you've been given the opportunity to read advanced reader copies of any of these, let me know if you enjoyed it or not. If you want to see more content from me, make sure you click the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be notified about when I upload new videos, make sure you click the bell notification. As always, I will be uploading a video every day from December 1st to December 25th. And this is Vlogmas Day 3. I made it to Day 3. 3 days down, only 22 more to go. Like, I am doing the damn thing. If I make it to 25, y'all, I'm having a full-blown dance party. Full-blown dance party. Because I've never been able to complete Vlogmas. I am so determined to do it this year. Super determined. Alright, y'all. Have a good night.